What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Cornelia, back with another episode of Black News, a podcast where we break down current events, hot topics, and local stories involving Black people. Now let's get into it. Y'all, I forgot I was going to be out last week. I'm so sorry. I forgot. I had to travel for work. And literally, when I was about to really pack and prepare to get going, I was like, oh shoot, I'm gonna miss. Oh shoot, I'm gonna miss. I was intending to let you all know on the podcast last week, the one that I did release, but it slipped my mind, y'all. I'm so sorry. Y'all know every now and then I miss episodes, not because I want to, but because something comes up and I'm not able to pre-tape, or because I don't do a lot of evergreen topics. It's hard to just record stuff and post it. I need to look into it though, because hey, it is what it is, and stuff happens and life happens, and we need to be prepared. And by we, I mean me. But this past week I missed, and I'm sorry I didn't let y'all know. With that said, if something happened last week, and I don't think nothing crazy happened last week, I'm going to just address and discuss some of the topics that have been going on since. Okay, so nothing too crazy, thank goodness, because y'all know some weeks it just be insane. Some weeks something happen and it's just out of control. Well, and then, let me say this: at least I don't recall, and in my notes I don't have nothing crazy going on. So we just gonna talk about what's going on in Black news right now and keep going. And with that, y'all know I got to do a politics update. I told everyone listening that every now and then I'm gonna try to do a quick politics update, let people know where we at. As of right now, we are less than 30 days out from election day in the United States. We are less than 30 days out. Most voter registration deadlines have passed. They've come and gone. Some voting has opened up in certain states. We've already started. We are in that final 30-day stretch. It's October. You know what they say, the October surprise. We are right in the dead smack middle of anything can happen, and anything can change the trajectory of what is supposed to happen on election day 2024. And I give that preface because we often hear a lot of times about October surprise, and sometimes we're not able to put it into perspective, but I'm going to put it into perspective. Barack Obama, when he was running the first time against John McCain, Barack Obama was behind in the polls until the October surprise. And at that moment, the October surprise was the market crashing, Wall Street failing, all of the auto companies and industries about to shut down and go under. Pontiac and them gone. Saturn them, they gone. The October surprise happened right before the markets crashed. Economists, journalists, reporters asked both John McCain and Barack Obama at different times within that same couple weeks span, is the economy doing okay? Should we be concerned about the economy? John McCain, and I remember watching this because I worked on Wall Street at the time, and I remember October surprise, John McCain said, yes, the economy is structurally sound. They asked Barack Obama the same question, different set of reporters at a different time. He said, actually, it's not. We should be concerned. There's something coming. And we need to be prepared. A couple weeks later, the markets crashed. Worst recession in American history. Before that happened, Barack Obama was behind in the polls. When that happened, he started to lead in the polls. Anything can change very quickly. So we are a month out, less than a month out. Talk to your family and friends. Make sure that they have checked their voter registration, because we've seen that some states in the South, i.e. Georgia, has scrubbed a couple of million people from the voting rolls. Some people ain't on there. Help your aunties and your uncles. Help your grandparents. They are scrubbing people. Make sure that they did not get removed. I checked mine in California. We don't really have no drama like that in Cali like that. But do your due diligence. Make sure if you're going to donate, you're going to donate. If you stand out of politics, you need to stay out of politics, but also you need to get your freedom papers in order, because if the red hats win, we're going to be carrying around freedom papers. Okay. Make sure your freedom papers, you got multiple copies, because if they grab it and tear it up and try to claim that you an illegal immigrant, okay, you're going to need a backup copy. Get your freedom papers in order. I'm joking, but I'm not. Also, we're still continuing to shut down people who like to troll, whether that's in person or social media. Russian bots, we got you out of here. Get out of here. People who still trying to act confused about Kamala Harris's ethnicity, get out of here. You got to go. People who hate women, you're done. People who don't want to see women in power, don't know what to tell you. Kick rocks. People have a problem with saying, what are her policies? You clearly can't read, hear, and think for yourself. So move along. You hear where I'm going? We less than 30 days out. Kamala Harris is also doing her media blitz this week. We've heard over the past couple of months that she is dodging reporters. She ain't interviewing or talking to nobody, which wasn't true. We're literally in a condensed election cycle, and speaking to the people was more important. But now we full on interviews. She did All the Smoke last week. I have not watched it, but I heard it was really good. I'm going to watch. People were mad apparently at Matt Barnes and Stack because they let her come on. And let me say this. People get mad when candidates do something. They get mad when they don't do something. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't like something, just move along. Don't watch the episode. Don't watch. But she did that. This week, she did Howard Stern, The View. She doing Late Night with Stephen Colbert. She also did a 60 minutes interview where people say she don't do hard hitting interviews. That man was on her. The man, black man was on her. And he sound like a red hat to me, but whatever. Hey, I ain't gonna accuse, allegedly. So we are completely underway. Tim Walz doing his thing. Last week was the vice presidential debate between him and JD Vance. It was a rocky road. Now, one thing about JD Vance, he is very good at lying and making it sound believable. Tim Walz, this is his first time on the big stage in this capacity, and I'm pretty sure it's overwhelming for him because at one point I was like, this man, what's he talking about? But pulled it through, and according to polls, which don't necessarily really believe because polls be lying and they don't really call nobody, because I ain't never been called and ain't none of y'all ever been called in the 40 years of our lives. People in the Midwest really took to Tim Walz. So here, that's where we are. We do not know what to expect, but I will say, if whether you do or do not care about politics, you cannot deny that this is one of the, if not the most important times in political history. They will literally, and by they, if books are still allowed, depending on what's happening, I'm not joking with this. I'll be thinking I'm joking. I'm dead serious. If history books are going to be continued to be written within the United States of America, because y'all know they banning books, we will be in it. What has happened over the last 25, 30 years in the United States will be prime discussion about the American empire. We are in it. So sit with that, do what you need to do. As we get closer to election day, y'all know I'm going to come here every week with the update. It's only going to be 2, 3, 4 more weeks of updates. And I'm going to say it's probably going to be longer because regardless of what direction the election goes in, it's going to be some court battles after that. I can pretty much, and I'm willing to guarantee it. So I'm going to do my part to keep y'all updated. Please do the same if y'all see something and y'all feel like I need to speak on it in regards to Black news and politics. But with that, let's continue on with some more topics. So I talked a lot on the last episode about how I really think that people are going to start getting sued from spreading misinformation, in particular about celebrities, to the point where it is causing harm or it could cause harm to their reputation and their overall bottom line, with money, endorsement, brand deals, their own products, and so on. But I'm going to go a little deeper because I don't really remember if I even was saying who should be suing and which particular names, but I'm going to go out and say it. Jay-Z need to sue y'all, allegedly, just to cover. Jay-Z and Beyonce need to sue y'all. I'm not talking about y'all, the black listeners. I'm talking about if anybody is out here spreading misinformation, and I don't really mean y'all need to get sued, but in theory, y'all souls need to be sued. Okay? Y'all souls need to be sued. Now, before I continue on, I have become really alarmed, and y'all not alarmed enough for me with me. I feel like I'm the only one really alarmed at how bad the United States education system has become. I am really alarmed that no one else is as concerned as I am about how much information people do not know, basic information, how critical thinking skills seem to be at an all-time low. I am really alarmed, and I am worried about the children, y'all. What is happening with the children? And what has happened with our direct peers and even generation before, because y'all, a lot of people of all ages just don't be knowing stuff. I am really alarmed. I don't, there's no way I can express how alarmed I am. I also knew but didn't really realize that people could no longer be left behind in school. Like, I remember George Bush and No Child Left Behind. I remember it. But a part of it didn't really click with me until recently that, hold up, none of these kids can get left back. So if you are just doing bad in school, you got to just move on. So if you can't read, nobody like, you know what, you need to stay back and learn how to read. No, they're like, keep going. You gonna be old and can't read? Y'all. That part, I say that because there has been widespread pieces of misinformation that have been going around and circulating on social media that really concerns me, the fact that people believe it. There was a rumor going around about the queen bee herself, where people were saying that she was responsible for Tupac getting shot and was responsible for Aaliyah crashing in the plane crash. Like, I even feel stupid for repeating that stupid rumor. Are are y'all okay? That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Y'all, it doesn't make sense. Are you telling me a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old was responsible for all of that? Like, are you, are people okay? And I'm bringing that up because it's not just hearsay. If you go to the comment section of that woman's Instagram and her pictures, people are in the comment section saying that, how dare you, and you was the one who did that, and it was you, and we knew it was you, and it's always something we could tell something was going on, and it's the problem. You've been the problem. Are you okay? She lost over 4 million followers since these rumors started to spread on social media. People have lost their minds. Am I the only one concerned? And not just concerned because it's who are we talking about? Are y'all okay? There's also been a lot of Jaguar Wright interviews circulating, allegedly. I'm just gonna say allegedly because I ain't got time for it. She went on, she was doing, and she's been talking all on social media and on YouTube for years. And it appears that she is not well. I'm just assuming, and I'm not diagnosing someone, but it looks like she may be having some mental health challenges, allegedly. I don't know. But she went on Piers Morgan and did an interview and started to make claims about the two people, the couple, Beyonce and Jay-Z, and say things that did not sound accurate. And then Piers Morgan made a statement today that I saw floating around social media to say that Beyonce and Jay-Z's attorneys have contacted him and have basically hit them with the cease and desist. And he apologized. You see what's happening? And what I say, People gonna start getting sued. You cannot, and this is a life lesson for us in general, for our personal lives, relationships, um, us who have podcasts, platforms, large and small. Be careful of the information that you say and how you say it. It's one thing to report on what you heard. It's another thing to declare something is true that happened. That could be damaging to someone's livelihood, reputation, and their business, because ain't nobody too little to get sued. So please, like I just, y'all, I don't like I want us to get back to reading books. Like I really do. I really want us to get back to reading books. And I know this is a steep turn and that's a sharp U-turn or a sharp left turn from talking about celebrities being accused and things and just talked about. Child, they even loop Foxy Brown back in. It's a hot mess. But we need to get back to our critical thinking skills and build up our brain power. And y'all, what books y'all reading? Okay, what books are y'all reading? Hell, I was on TikTok and I saw a post and people were talking about the most influential books that you've read or books that have changed your life or have been the most impactful. Again, we, literacy is important. 3 books that have had major impact on my life. Not to say they're the most important, but they have had. There was a definitive feeling and a mind shift after I read them. 1, the autobiography of Malcolm X. 2, Slavery by Another Name. Also the new Jim Crow, but Slavery by Another Name really did something to me. That was the one that came out first, but it put things into perspective. And then Warmth of Other Suns. Those 3 books. Child, let's get back to the literacy. Let's get back to the critical thinking. We should require, if people want to gossip and spread lies, we should ask them first before they're able to spread lies. Tell me, what books have you been reading? We got to get back. Let me know what y'all think about it though. All of the gossip, the lies. Did y'all know kids wouldn't be able to? Y'all know we couldn't lead kids back. What books shall we read? All of it. I am just really concerned with our people. I want better for our people, and it starts with y'all stop acting crazy on the internet and read some books. Let me know your thoughts about it though. Hit me up. You can find me at Cornelia on social media. And real quick, before I continue on any further, I do want to just send prayers and thoughts to anybody listening to Black News podcast listeners that have been affected by any of the hurricanes. There have been 2 major hurricanes, and I'm saying 2 by the time this podcast dropped because Milton is on the way, that have devastated the South, y'all. And I am so sorry for anybody that is going through that. Even if people don't listen to the podcast, hurricanes are some of the worst, the absolute worst natural disasters. And so I just want to let everybody know that I am thinking of y'all. I've donated to, a couple of organizations for relief, but it look bad. Keep your peers and your friends and family lifted in prayer, because the one coming now, Milton, they have it marked as of now when I'm recording this podcast as a category 5. And I know for people who've never been in a hurricane or people who have been in a hurricane, we throw out those numbers 1 through 5, like just in conversation. But category 5, you essentially, like the mayor said on the news of Tampa, she basically said, if you do not evacuate, you're going to die. The power and the force of a category 5 hurricane is something that people cannot withstand. So evacuate. It may be too late now because traffic is so backed up and there's hotels are sold out, gas is running out. It's just a difficult time, but that is horrible. Personally, I think hurricanes are the worst. You got hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, snowstorms. These are things that could happen in North America that we've seen. I've been witness or around all of those that I just mentioned, and hurricanes are by far the worst. Yes, you got time to prepare, but the power of a hurricane is just unmatched. Now, I'm saying that because California historically in the past has had very large earthquakes, and the big one, which knocked in half the West Coast, it pummeled and leveled the West Coast. Knock on wood. I have not been a part of anything that big, but we have gotten hurricanes, some substantial ones, back to back over the last few months. They're pretty scary. The difference is they don't last very long, but if it's a big one, it could level any building. So y'all pray for everybody. Oh, just pray for everybody. And again, if you are in the path of a hurricane that is happening, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, we saw how Helene pretty much leveled Asheville, North Carolina on the west side of the state. Y'all, it is so terrible. That is so sad. Ugh, I just can't. Ugh, I just can't. So I just wanted to say that we are with you all. Thoughts and prayers to you, and we're just gonna keep you all in mind and wish everybody the best over these next couple days while the hurricane passes. And lastly, real quick, I want to shout out LeBron James and Bronny James. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what people declare about Bronny's abilities, whether he belonged in the NBA or not, and if he deserved a spot, and if there was somebody else that should have played, and if it's nepotism, his daddy pulled the strings and got him in the NBA. I don't care about none of that, and I don't care what y'all say. LeBron and Bronny playing together on the Lakers is dope as hell. That is so extraordinarily dope. I don't know what to tell you. I don't care if you're not a LeBron fan. I don't care if you think Michael Jordan the best, Kobe Bryant. I don't care if you think Penny Hardaway the best, whoever. We have been watching basketball for years. We used to watch when they had the old basketball theme song playing. Dun, 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 dun. We used to be that we was watching when the Pistons was beating the Bulls back in 89, 90, back to back bad boys. We've been watching basketball since Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And some of us are older than me. I was probably like 2 when they was hooping against each other, those particular people. But I'm saying we as a collective, we've been watching basketball and NBA basketball for a long time. We now see a lot of the people that we admire have sons in the NBA. Kenyon Martin's son playing in the NBA, Gary Payton's son. All of these people's kids are playing in the NBA, but we ain't never seen one of, if not the best basketball players. Some people consider him the best in the NBA in the history of basketball, to have the opportunity to play on the same team at the same time, and as long and long enough to be able to last to play with his own son. That is so dope. I don't care. I'm getting me some Laker tickets. I got to see it at least one time. Do y'all know how incredible that is? One, yeah, I mean, LeBron had a baby. He had a baby when he was, 19, 20. I don't know how him and Savannah wasn't had that baby. LeBron was a young dad. But people don't hoop that long. The man got a full beard of gray. LeBron out here hooping with a gray beard. Still putting up 25 some points a game. Still leading his stats. He can't dunk like he used to because the boy pushing 40. He about to be 40. Still out here balling, still winning Olympic gold medals, still top lining the NBA, still considered one of the biggest stars in the history of the game, and has played long enough to hoop with his son and can play probably 3 more years. LeBron can keep going. Now, I don't know if Bronny gonna last. I don't even care if Bronny lasts. I'm talking about right now how dope it is that LeBron James has the opportunity to play basketball in the National Basketball Association with his firstborn son. That is incredible. Cause Mike wasn't hooping with his son. Okay, they work for Nike now. They work for Air Jordan, but they ain't hooping. They wasn't in the league. And I don't care if LeBron had to pull some strings. That's what it's about. I ain't working as hard to let my kids suffer. If I can pull some strings, you damn right I'm about to pull them. We all up in here. He need to be playing long enough so Bryce can get up in here. I know Zuri, she looked like I think she's trying to play volleyball. LeBron need to be playing long enough so he can pull some strings to get Zuri in on the Olympic volleyball team. Do what you got to do, because that's nepotism for me, baby. I ain't working as hard for us to be doing bad. Everybody in the league. Savannah, you want to hoop too? Come on. I just want to shout that out because I just think it's so dope. What do y'all think though? I'm definitely getting tickets, and y'all know I'm gonna let y'all know when I go to a game. It's gonna cost me because they expensive. Y'all know it costs a lot to get in crypto, aka the Staples Center. But I'm gonna be up in that thing. Let me know though. Do you think it's as dope as me as I think it is, or are you just not a fan? Hit me up. Let me know your thoughts. You can find me at Canelia on social media. On this week's episode of Black News, we gave a quick politics update, the fact that we are less than 30 days out from the 2024 presidential election. Also gave an update about celebrities suing people in particular, and in this case, Beyonce and Jay-Z putting out cease and desist on people, rightfully so. And lastly, how dope it is that LeBron James and his son Bronny get to play together for the Los Angeles Lakers. Hit me up. Let me know your thoughts about all of these topics, some or none, and I'll check back with you guys next time. That's it for this week's episode of Black News, y'all. Thanks again for supporting the podcast by sharing, liking, subscribing, and rating 5 stars on your favorite podcast app. To find more information about me, you can check me out at Canelia on social media, as well as on my website, which is canelia.com. And as always, thanks for supporting, and I'll be back next week with new topics and a new episode.